It's been a while, okay? Can't justify it, it's been a while. I can explain. Out of the 3 films, I've seen this one the most. And if you're going to ask me why, quite simply, because when I was younger, it was always on. Whether it be, oh, we can't find anything on TV, that's on, click, Back to the Future Part 3. Let's watch it, fuck it, why not? I can't ask why. So let's see if we can find out. Hello everyone and welcome to Rejected, where we either reject or rejoice in all things everything, and we are finishing... We're finishing the series. Back to the Future Part 3. Closing this chapter. This film series I've already passed down to the next generation. I've showed my daughter Back to the Future and she loves it. Obviously some things she doesn't understand yet, but we'll get to that in the future. But we'll get to that when the time comes. Back to the Future Part 3 is one of the best conclusions to any film franchise out there. Way better than Avengers did it. I'm sorry, don't care. Okay, you can build up to the fight scene. The fight starts, goes to shit. In my eyes. Sorry, it does. If you honestly want me to talk about it, we'll talk about it in a different video, but until then, Back to the Future. You see, this is one of the only film franchises that when they started filming the second one, they also started filming the third one. Allow me to explain. When Bob Gale and Robert Zemeckis were writing it, Zemeckis was finishing off Who Framed Roger Rabbit, so Gale was trusted to finish writing it. However, Zemeckis was still sending points back and forth, and it was Zemeckis who came up with the idea about, hey, we sent them into the future. Zemeckis doesn't like the future for some reason, so what does Zemeckis want to do? Let's have them end the film in the Wild West. So they finished writing the script for Back to the Future Part 2 and realised, yeah, this thing's too long. I think it was like 170 pages worth. I mean, nowadays, that's just a sequel. But for them, back then, that was a lot. As they started finishing Back to the Future Part 2, Zemeckis then started working on Back to the Future Part 3. Once they finished filming Back to the Future Part 2, to start filming Back to the Future Part 3. Yeah boy, imagine not sleeping through those film schedules, eh? So we've seen the first one, we've seen the second one, so what led us to Back to the Future Part 3? Marty went back in time by accident, broke the timeline of his parents' meeting. Don't worry, he fixed it. Then Doc took Marty to the future where Biff stole the time machine and broke the timeline. Don't worry, they fixed it. But then Doc got struck by lightning, sending him back to 1885, leaving Marty in 1955. And stuck there because no Doc, no time machine, what the hell is he going to do? I know. Let's ask Doc. So what the hell is he going to do now? Marty needs the help of 1955 Doc Brown to get back, as Doc from 1885 has left the Delorean in an old mine. So with 1955 parts, the Delorean can be fixed and send Marty back to 1985. Bit of a short movie, they fix the Delorean, go back. Oh, wait a minute! Marty finds a tombstone with Emmett Brown, dated 5 days after he sent the letter, meaning Marty now has a new plan. Go back to 1885, save Doc, and travel back to 1985, where the whole film can wrap up nicely in a nice little bow. How could that not go wrong? It went wrong. Marty accidentally cuts the fuel line on one of the rocks, and with no gas station for decades, Marty and Doc are now trapped in 1885 and need to find a way to get the DeLorean up to 88. There's no petrol station, you can't generate the car engine. Don't worry about the time circuits and that, they still work. They just can't power the car. So what the hell are they going to do? Drop it. But it's a great storyline, and it puts them in a new jeopardy. Obviously the first one they needed to find a way to fuel the flux capacitor, but the second one they needed to refix the timeline. And that works, and with this one it's basically car won't start, needs fuel, can't get fuel, fuck. So it gets a thumb up from me. Doc and Marty have more than the DeLorean to worry about. Mad Dog Tannen is set to kill Doc in 5 days time. But as Marty steps into the picture, it would appear that Marty is the one who could end up on the tombstone.
Great Scott. I know, this is heavy.
From Back to the Future Part 2, they started working on a new thing for Marty. What is Marty's issue? Marty doesn't want to be seen as weak. So every time someone calls him chicken, yeller, coward, he steps up to the plate. He might turn around and go, nah, I'm not interested. But the moment they go, what are you, chicken? Sorry, Marty, I'm sorry. Okay? It's just for the review. Calm down. But what we see through the 2 sequels, that Marty actually starts to become the more sensible one. So what about Doc? Doc hasn't got any problems? Oh, of course he's got problems. Doc has fallen for a teacher by the name of Clara Clayton, who was meant to have fallen off a cliff. Literally. Doc's problem is he starts to hate the idea of time travel. He starts to see time travel as a huge problem, that it has risks that he never encountered before, and his plan, once he gets back, is to destroy the time machine. Aww. Hope that doesn't happen. So now Doc has a conflict of interest. He knows he must go to 1985 back to his own timeline. But with Clara there, his heart is telling him to stay. So what's Doc going to do? How is he going to have this choice? Is the choice going to be there for Doc? What's he going to do? But I want to talk about something completely different. Something that I don't think I've spoken about in the other 2 films. Hill Valley becomes its own character. Hill Valley in 85, or normal 85, was sharp, bland, normal. When they went back to 1955, everything looked softer. You go to the future, it's got the bright colours of 1955, but not as soft. It's more sharp colour. Then you go to the alternate 85 and everything's dirty, it's grim, it's rough. But what about when you go to 1885? Everything gets way more softer. The colours aren't as vibrant because everything is bland. It's brownish yellow, it's gold, it's standard Western. And as Zemeckis said himself, now you can understand why filmmakers love making westerns. So now we have great conflict, great interests, we have a fantastic middle. But what about the ending? Well, to counteract what I said about Avengers Endgame, I actually think Back to the Future nailed the ending from the part where Doc and Marty are in the bar to the credits. It's Monday, Marty and Tannen are set to duel at 8 o'clock, but the night before Doc told Clara the truth. Which she totally believed, by the way, totally. There was no chance she was going to take that wrong. Yeah, boy. Sending Doc into a depressive spiral. But with no time on their side, Doc and Marty must now set back to 1985. Go on, Doc. You might as well. Just one for the road. I know a few people like that. And now Doc is out and Tannen is calling on Marty to step up. And labelling him as a yellow coward.
He's an asshole.
Good show, Marty. It doesn't matter what they say. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but bullets hurt like a motherfucker. See, Marty takes the high ground. Doesn't let him bother him. I hope that goes well. Oh, for fuck's sake. Ah, but wait. Marty has seen a few too many westerns. And just like that, Tannen continues the family tradition. He feels a bit shitty. Doc and Marty must now race to the train. Don't worry, one thing slowed the train down for him. Clara was leaving, found out that Doc was sad about her, and paused the train as she went to go find Doc, who's now longer at the blacksmith's house, and is now on his way to the train. So now she's got to ride back to the train, so we've got so much shit going down, it's insane. But that's alright, Marty and Doc are now at the train, they're speeding it up, nothing can go wrong. Shit. Clara slips. Doc, cast a hoverboard, will you? Impressive. And Doc can fly off with Clara. DeLorean, Doc, the DeLorean. Never mind, I'm sure he'll be fine. Besides, Marty's back now. He can probably go back, fetch Doc, and then bring him and Clara to 1985. I'm sure that'll go well. Yeah, boy. So Doc got his wish. The DeLorean's destroyed. Marty cannot see Doc again. They go find Jennifer. As we see, Marty's now overcome the whole being called a coward, being called a label, and don't worry about what people say about you. The DeLorean's destroyed. Marty and Doc are now separated through time. They can never see each other. But Doc's happy with Clara. He got his wish. No more time travel. No more risking the space-time continuum. Putting everyone at risk. And destroying the universe, potentially. That's not going to happen now. DeLorean's destroyed. Nothing's going to happen. Wait a minute. Pause. Stop right there. Sorry. Doc wanted to destroy the time machine. He was setting out at the end to get back, destroy the time machine. So what the hell's he doing here then? He's built a train as a new time machine. Just give Marty a photo. Just send him in the post. You've already done that shit. What the hell? I like the way the train looks. And obviously, Doc's been busy in that time to build a new train time machine, hasn't he? Jules and Vern. Good on you, Doc. And now Doc can go back to the early 20th century and live his life happily. And Marty can live his dream and be a huge successful rock star and marry Jennifer. And all is well. Back to the Future Part 3 has a fantastic conclusion to a franchise that many, many adore. The constant argument between whether 3 is better than 2, that's up for you to decide. But that doesn't take away from the franchise being in itself a joy for all to watch. And with generation after generation enjoying the series all over again, I think Back to the Future is going to be with us for a long time. The story, there are great plot points. The narrative works. So many options and so many different ways that it can all go together. So to get the super happy ending works a treat for me, and for that I give it a 3.5. However, for execution, great cast, great setting, but not so great effects. I mean, sometimes yeah they're great, but sometimes it looks a bit iffy. From Doc in the bar to the credits, I couldn't fault it. Except the special effects from time to time. Obviously the special effects haven't aged the best. And it does a great job wrapping up a franchise that, for many, is one of the best. So for execution, I'm going to have to give it a 3. Back to the Future Part 3 gets a 6.5 out of 10 and is rejoiced. Happy. Happy, happy, happy. This franchise is one of my favourite franchises of all time. It really is. It will go down in my memory. And as I said, I've already passed it down to the next generation, which she loves it, she adores it. She plays Marty, but she adores it. Being in the safe hands of Robert Zemeckis, Bob Gale, and Steven Spielberg. How could it not be fantastic? That's it. The trilogy's done. I'm going to miss doing that. It was fun. It was exciting. It was different. I loved it. I'm surprised though. But no, you would have think they would have capitalised on the film series being so successful. That probably would have jeopardised it, wouldn't it? Risked the entire franchise if they milked it. Oh well. At least we can watch something new now. Oh god, they did, didn't they? Well, if I watched Filmation's Ghostbusters, might as well watch Back to the Future the animated series. What the hell?